Hey guys, I just want to take a second and just chat with you with some devotional thoughts coming out of John chapter 6. And in this we've got the famous passage of Jesus feeding the 5,000. He feeds the 5,000 people who were there, gathered around him as he was teaching and performing signs and miracles. And his disciples leave on a boat without him. They encounter a storm. He walks on the water, gets in the boat, ends up on the other side. And this crowd that was following him, listening to his teaching after they're fed, turns into a mob that's on a search party trying to find him so they can get more food. And they finally catch up to him, and they're like, "Hey, we were looking for you." And he said, "You're not looking for me because of the signs that I performed. You're looking for me because of the bread that I gave you." And they go to defend themselves, and they're like, "Well, our ancestors gave us bread from heaven," and they're referring to Moses, and they even quote a passage from the Old Testament, and Jesus said, "No, Moses didn't give you the bread that came from heaven. God gave you the bread that came from heaven. He used Moses to deliver that bread to meet your needs." And then he goes on to really confuse everybody about talking about how he's the bread that's come down from heaven, and they're like, "We know who you are. We know where you're from. How could you say you came from heaven? You came from down the road. You're from Galilee." And, he keeps talking to them some more and even more confuses them by saying, "Unless you eat my flesh and drink my blood, you don't have any part in me." And he said, if you eat the bread, that spoils everybody, everyone who ate the bread that Moses gave is dead now. And he said, "Anyone who eats this bread will live forever." And he's talking about himself. So a lot going on in this chapter, a lot of different things to think about. But what I feel like God was just really putting on my heart was Jesus meets needs. He does it everywhere he goes. That's just who he is. And it's easy to take advantage of that and to look for Jesus to meet needs out there, like the external needs and to feed us, to heal us, and it is his good pleasure to do all those things. But he's also really sensitive to what we're after. If we're after what he's doing for us, I think that changes how he responds sometimes. And if we're chasing after him wholeheartedly and we encounter needs, then he's more than happy to meet those. And don't hear this as a devotional on God answering different types of prayers, but he looks at our heart. He looks at the condition of our heart. And in this passage, he saw the conditions of their heart, which they weren't after him. They were after a free meal. And I think he can see that in us sometimes. And I think we've all encountered this at some point. So, my encouragement is try to identify some of those areas in your life. I'm trying to identify them in mine where I see Jesus, where I'm just approaching Jesus for what I can get out of the deal, get out of the relationship. I don't want that to have any part in my life. I want to be ruthless at getting rid of that, and I want to pursue him first in all areas and trust in him to meet my needs as they come up. But as I'm pursuing him with everything I've got. So I just encourage you to do the same. Spend some time with him. Ask him, "Lord, search me out." Let me know any place where I'm trying to take advantage of you, where I'm trying to make my relationship with you about me instead of about you. And it just makes me think of this song by Cody Carnes called "Nothing Else." And I think it really reflects this point. So, if you want some of these words that I'm saying in a song that really hits your heart probably a lot better, I just encourage you to spend some time with that song, spend some time with Jesus, and say, I don't want nothing else. I just want you. I'm not here for anything but you and your presence. So, thank you guys, and God bless you. I hope you have a great day.